I, Swaroop Shetty, Student Manager of Sri Balaji Society, have immense pleasure in introducing today's chief guest. We are honored this evening by the presence of the Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Natwar Kadel Sir, Senior Manager, Hyundai Motor India Limited. Sir did his diploma in business finance from ICFAI, Dehradun. He has also completed his master's in social work HR from DG Vaishnav, Chennai. Sir has tremendous experience in the automotive industry. He started his corporate career in the year 2007 as a management trainee in Hyundai Motor India Limited. He then climbed up the ladder to be the Assistant Manager HR in 2008, then moved on to become the Deputy Manager HR in 2011 and then the Manager Human Resources in 2013. Currently, he is the Senior Manager Human Resources at Hyundai Motor India Limited. On behalf of Sri Balaji Society, I welcome you, sir. Now, may I please request Mr. Natwar Kadel Sir to enlighten us with his words of wisdom. The stage is all yours, sir. Thank you.
Hi. The first rule of my guest session would be that you would not call me sir. My second rule would be that you can stop me anywhere you want and ask me the questions you want. I will take you a different journey. I don't want my session to be boring. I'll try and make it much more entertaining because I will not talk about any theories here. I understand there are professors who are meant to talk about theories and lessons. I will definitely take you a journey of my own life. Nothing more than that. Here and there, I will talk about, ensure that you are really attractive to the session. Otherwise, I'll not do justice to what I've come here for. Third, I would be happy if anywhere, any part of the session, you have a right to stop me and ask me any questions you want. It does not matter if it is personal or professional. With any level of intensity, I'll be open enough for that. So before I get on to this session, let me be very clear about this, that I do not deserve to be on the stage at this point of junction now. A big round of applause to your institute to recognize and call me here to give me this opportunity to speak to a fantastic generation who will take up the tomorrow. I seriously love this, guys, because I do not know what I'm going to take back home. The moment I'll go out of this, I'll just clap the same way you guys are clapping. So this is very nice. And when I go back every lecture, next lecture, I said, don't clap first, I'll teach you how to clap. It's nice. But let me tell you one beautiful statistics to start with. I don't know why this organization of yours, institute of yours has made you to clap this way, but a beautiful science is attached to the clap sound. Every time you clap with the same level of energy and passion, what you actually do you know that? One thing you know, the best thing when I ask you a question, some hundreds of people will say, and nobody, I would not even understand. I would appreciate any smart person, anybody who stands as the most handsome person for me, anybody who stands as a lady will be the most beautiful lady for me for sure. Please raise and point and answer this question whenever I ask you. I would really appreciate that. So that goes with it. And do you know why do we clap and what does this denotes to? How does it benefits you?
Your heart pumps well. It increases your life.
Ready to
Blood
get
circulation of your body, your heart pumps will use the clap.
anyway call your doctor related family? No, right? But your answers are relatively yes. It helps you to be active, generate your blood, correct? I didn't know about the heart is also pumping fast. I don't know, does it result in the heart attack pumping too fast? But that's a beautiful answer as well. Anybody else?
So it gives you confidence and make you feel more comfortable.
Pakka MBA answer. I give it to you. Next.
It increases positivity and brings motivation to the person who's standing.
Are you doing a marketing? You're planning to do? Let me be very clear, a very simple reason is attached to it, that every time you actually clap, you're not bringing a positive vibration to the person who's standing on the stage or giving him a confidence, but you're actually increasing your life. If you clap for 60 seconds, you increase your life by 5 seconds every time. So every time you clap, you're not just creating a positive environment for the person on stage, but you're actually increasing your life. So do it for yourself, not the person on the stage, is what the message I wanted to deliver. I'll start with my purpose of being here. I don't know what is the time limit do I have it, but I'll try and see how much the best I can do it in the time limit. Any point of time, please do. If you want to, there are a couple of rules. If you really feel sleepy, please sleep. Second, if you get calls, I was talking about nature calls. You are free to go. Okay? No mobiles, is it? Oh my God, that's really hurting to me as well. Yeah. I'm feeling so pity of those boyfriend, girlfriends sitting back and outside it, not being able to call and reach you. So bad about the network being damaged. Anyway, we'll try. I'll try and encourage you, as much of you forget your boyfriend and girlfriend back in there and your family. Coming back to these are 2 rules, and please be free to ask me questions whenever you want. This is would be. Let me start with me. Before I start, it is a privilege to introduce my colleague right sitting. She's there. Yeah, sit there. My colleague, her name is Reshma. The moment I said Reshma, you started clapping. One guy's introduced me with lot of 1 minute of this stuff and you clapped about me. Unfair, yeah. Anyway, she's Reshma. She joined us as a management trainee, and she's with us for this is her 3rd year. And the reason for bringing here is precisely wherever we pay huge importance to our management trainees. We feel that management trainees are recruited not for the sake of numbers. They are recruited because we need to build that leadership in them so they can actually take it forward what we intend to do for the leadership positions. I was also groomed the same way, and we ensure that the culture grows on, and we build that ability on every moment and every occasion. So she is here. I'm sure somewhere she will throw her experience in mid of it, right? Yeah. So this is about my colleague. About me, my name is Natwar Kadel. 90% of the people do not pronounce my second name correctly. Anybody from South India? Oh my God, a lot of hands are raising. Do you understand the word Kadel means? Kadel means actually love. So the most of the time my second name was pronounced as Natwar Kadel. But I never got offended with that, because the moment you call me with a love, doesn't matter what name you call me, I'm happy to do it. That's most of the time my name was pronounced was wrongly. I'm actually Natwar Kadel. I'm born and raised in Chennai, and I'm basically a Kshatriya Rajput. Lived in Chennai too. I'm more of a South Indian than a Northeast West. I love to be in South India because I'm born there. It's a beautiful place of Chennai, which I come from. Most of the people, I hardly would have visited Chennai, but I can tell you it's a very beautiful place to live. Apart from temples, you have a lot many other things to see for sure. And I started off my schooling. I did my schooling, my college, everything right in Chennai. It's not that I'm not mobile. I'm flexible, highly flexible to go to any location, but somewhere or another the opportunity was drawn to me to be in the same city all across. And when I start I will come back to story of where I am, but before I thought I'll just give you head on to my introduction who I am. I did my college. I've campus placed at Hyundai. This is my 12th year at Hyundai. Joined as a management trainee. Those designations are really does not important for me, because how I grow it really does not significantly matters a lot. But what matters to me, I'm the most youngest in the organization to head a department. That makes me a lot of feel-good factor. Don't clap, because Yeah, thank you. Why? Because the most part of all department heads are about 40, 45 years, and I'm the most. Okay, I should not talk about my age. It's very critical. Basically, I'm just 33 years old, and when I see that opportunity comes to me, I feel really proud, really privileged, because sit with people of 40, 45 years, they comes with huge amount of experience, huge amount of knowledge, and I head one of the functions. It gives me a lot of privilege, presence. I'm really happy about it. And last about 11 years, I've spent in the various functions of HR. Just about 6 months, I've grew into challenging functions of very about organization development, is all about employee relations. It's about a lot many to do and a lot of things involved in it. I'm really enjoying this journey, and I wish that continue to enjoy the journey. But what is not so important is how did I grow, how did I reach? It's not going to make any difference to your life. I'm being very clear. What happened to me, it's not going to be, where I am is not going to make any difference to anybody sitting here. It's absolutely no what a story. But what really important here is for you all to understand what actually I learned at every destination and every phase of my life. That something is very important. You will actually have CEOs coming here, you will have global heads coming here talking to you what they are. For me, it really doesn't matter where they are into. What really matters, how did they reach to that level? That's something is very important for you all as a fresh graduates. Before I move on to it, there is very important statistics for all of you to really understand that India is one of the most skilled country when it comes to the amount of generation which we have. A younger generation workforce relatively very high. We will beat any other country. We'll create an employment. We'll actually, another but outsourcing the other countries, we'll be able to do that. We can do everything. Our future is bright. When I see you, all of you, I'm very confident that future is going to be absolutely bright. You all will be 10 times ahead than us. You will create a lot of difference. But what is really forgotten is reality of life. Most of us really do not understand that. We feel we come from an institute. The moment I did my MBA, I'll be able to make a difference. But let me tell you, degree will take you to one level. From there on, it is not the degree which is going to take you. It's going to take you something else. Now, what is that? Most of the organization people who come and share with you, I'm sure something which you really have to take it forward, only that particular thing as a take home for you. Because you are a fantastic diversified crowd here. You're coming from a pan-India, from different places, different culture, different religion, different languages, all at one platform. Let me be very clear, folks. Any person coming here and standing here is only talking about his own story. But if you all talk to each other, 1,000+ students, 1,000 stories, 1,000 value systems, thousands of learnings in their lives, you would actually, if you share it among yourself, you would actually get the best learning lessons anybody would actually get into. You're searching people from outside to come and talk about this, but you've forgotten the right thing lies in among yourself. But the problem is none of you actually open up about it. You don't share your learning experience. You really don't know how a simple personal learning experience will actually change your life and your career. Most of it actually do not realize that. However, having called here, I will definitely do a justice to it by saying you a couple of things which are very, very important and very, very things which will actually change. I will be happy if you take 1% of it back home, not the whole thing. It's not possible. Coming back to it, to outset, I look a very successful person. Definitely on the cards, yes. But let me be very clear. I'm none other than a most failured person in my life. If I put down, I have 100,000 stories to talk about my failure, then to talk about 10 or 12 stories of my success. I'm absolutely failed in my life so many times. But let me be very clear. The more I fail, the more I learned. This is the simple philosophy of my life. Don't get too serious, please. I'll tell you very fantastic story. How we all are conditioned on a daily basis. You, me, professors, teachers, corporates, parents, everybody is so fantastically conditioned on a daily basis here that nobody wants to take a lead and change that condition. Have you all heard Pavlov's condition theory? Fantastic. I'll not talk about the theory for sure, but I'll talk you a fantastic example. There is a shark who's put onto a huge tank, a fish tank. It's a very huge fish tank. So when you put shark on one end and there are fishes on the other end, the moment you put the fish, what does the shark does it? Shark runs to the fish, eats away the fish. Good. Second day, fishes are entered again on the corner. Shark runs away towards the fish. Fishes try to protect itself and shark eats away the fish. Third day, there is a simple transparent glass has been inherited in between of those, a big tank, which is transferable. Shark rise away with the speed to take away the fish. The fish are absolutely secured with a lot of fear, trying to protect to go to the corner, but it has its no end. Its shark comes and dashes to the in-between wall which has been created, which is transparent. Shark does not stop itself, goes back, hit it again. Get hit, cannot go forward. Go back, hit it again, cannot go forward. Shark does that every moment till it understands it is tired, it cannot reach the fish. Fourth day, situation remains the same. Every day shark tries it, goes to fifth day, sixth day, seventh day, 10th day. Shark decides it's not possible. Shark started to live in his own world. 11th day, the in-between glass is actually removed. Shark is happily living in his own world. Fish is actually living in his own world without realizing the glass is actually removed. This is what is happening. There is a lot of amount of conditioning which is happening to us. Sharks decides it's failed to attempt it again. Today there was no transparent glass, there was nothing to protect. It can actually go and eat away the fish. But it was conditioned that you cannot go ahead further. This is what I'm trying to say. At a students, when you come from various diversification of your graduations, various streams, I want to be very clear to all of you, please don't be conditioned. Do not be that shark. I am telling you again and again, if there is a 10 times if you fall, please try 11th time. This is what is actually happening in our daily life. We all are actually fantastically being conditioned with the environment. On an everyday basis, somebody is conditioning us that you actually cannot do it. I'm not trying to relate this. You don't have to relate this with any personal. I mean, you just go back, relate it with your own life. You will find that every time you were actually fallen down, some point of time there was person to condition you that you cannot do it. Or probably you were conditioned that this is your limit. This is how it is. There is a simple story on it. In a village, there was two brothers. One was a younger one was an elder one. The difference among them was about 6 years. I'm talking, this is a real story. What happens is in the village where they started to play, they go to a place where there is a well. The elder one tried to take things from the well. He falls down. He falls down in the well with nothing to do. He screams that to protect. The younger one on the top of it actually not realizing what he has to do. He looks around, screams, looks around, seek for help. Nobody is there to help. Not even a single person to help. He knew that what he has to do next. He throws the rope inside, asks his brother to hold the rope, and said that keep coming up and I'm going to pull you up. He takes every single effort what is there in him, keep pulling him, and his brother is out. A 6 years old difference, a very young, going to take his elder brother left up, though he's not hefty, he's very lean, thin, but still, his younger brother has lifted his elder brother, which is huge difference. Now they go back, they're very happy, brothers, hugs each other, they're very happy about that, he's brought me life into it again. Go back and shares the stories to his parent. You know the first thing his parent says, stop joking. Don't tell these fake stories to me. He's go back to tell his relatives. Everybody make a fun out of it. How can a younger brother, thin and lean, can actually save an elder brother who's so tall, and how can he save him and lift him up with this weight? It's impossible. We don't agree. Everybody in the village makes a fun of him. But they were desperate to tell their real stories. This is what really happened. This is what actually happened. He brought me out. There was nobody to help. Nobody in the village believes it. There's an old man who's supposed to be known for his value system. He goes to them. They share the story. You know what the old man says? Wow, you've done a fantastic job. I believe your story. On seeing this, the entire village is shocked. How does that happen? How does the most experienced, knowledgeable, value, who has seen the better world, believes that this is the real story? Everybody goes to him, says, sir, we respect your experience, your knowledge, and the real imagination of a real understanding of life. But how did you believe those kids who are telling you a fake story? How does it possible? It's not going to be possible. But how did you believe? And now they are in the confidence that you are the one who has accepted it and it's real. You know what was the old man's reply to them? The story may be familiar to all of you, but how many of you have actually taken effort to do that difference in your life? How many of you actually got up and said that this is what is possible? See, I'm not trying to here to pitch it up, this is reality, this is what I'm going to talk about from the books. No. I'm not here to talk about philosophical statements to you, but I really want to understand how much of you have actually made an effort to really grow down to understand this can happen reality daily in your life. 99% of it, gravity fails. We do not understand that we can make a difference. Only 1% people feel that they can do a difference. You might have heard from your very small age such a beautiful stories which they have been narrated in such a beautiful way that it makes you realize in your life that you can do anything. But all the time you take those stories as the stories but not a learning lessons. This is how we have been groomed and developed in all across our life. Now going back to what I was, I studied the school. I was moved from a state board to a central board. Way back in 3rd standard. And the 4th standard, the moment I went into, because I come from Chennai, that's where the Tamil was absolutely a mandatory. That was a trend that was absolutely changed in the law that every student has to learn a Tamil. Now, I do not know, I've never learned a Tamil, I come from a North Indian family. So I really didn't even know to speak because the peer group, the family, there was nobody to speak Tamil. The moment I got into, from the start to end, all I got was zeros in the exams. The maths was very difficult for me to crack on. Absolutely difficult for me to crack on. I only got in annual exam 10 marks in maths and 0 in Tamil. So the principal calls my dad and says that since it's the 4th standard, we would not take that effort to probably demote him and let him be. We'll try and push this thing to promote him to next level with a lot of warnings and so on. That day my dad took a step of saying, I don't want you to promote him. I really don't want him to promote him. Is it okay for him to be in that same class? Let me honestly speaking, at that point of time, holy shit, what my dad is actually talking about. What in the level of embarrassment will I actually get into the moment I see a younger, next class, and the my classmate will actually tease me. Every time in the break, they will actually see me. I was absolutely embarrassed every moment. But the decision went on. I had a lot of embarrassment. In the break, I never used to step out of the class initially. Because all my classmates who will tease me, and they teased me at the best of extent they want. That's reality about me. I hold it myself to very shorter period of time, and that's probably I realized it. How long will I hold that embarrassment? Let me go and face it. The moment I stepped ahead to face the embarrassment, I was ready to listen to them, and then they stopped speaking about it. I'm happy about my dad's decision because he made me realize it that way that nothing is easy. Let it phase through and that you will actually learn it. All my school, I'm actually being an outstanding student. Outstanding means outstanding, standing outside the class. Now, there are various reasons for being that. One is I was highly notorious. Second thing, from my mother's language is Hindi, I was still so weak in Hindi, I never understood E ki matra, U ki matra. It was all so perplexed to me. It's like always used to be a lot of this thing on my top. I never understood all that. So all across my schooling career, I was relatively weaker than other students. I used to send lucky se to koi rank mil jaye at least 10th, 11th, 12th, 15th, but it never happened in my life. But honestly, I don't know what prevails in my luck. 10th standard, I was confident that I will not pass. I passed with about 66%. I don't know what happened. I passed it with 66%. Now I go back to 11th school, 11th standard. I loved cultures. I loved dancing. I loved singing. I loved music. Everything apart from studies, I used to love it. You tell me, aaj yahan jana hai, this is the way you want to go, this is the culture, this is sports. I know it, I do not know, because I want to really go out of the studies. This is what I was. 11th standard, but one thing was very clear in me. If somebody in the class is actually telling something about a concept, I will be 100% if my observation to it, I'll grasp that in a single state. I do not want somebody to repeat that to me. That was a quality in me. So the classes which I've actually loved attending was whatever classes which I attend, I used to excel in that subjects. Rest of the classes wherever I didn't attend was like that. 11th standard exam, the hall ticket, precisely when we write the exams, they didn't allow me because they said you have 50% attendance. Rest 50 in the school I'm talking about. And I understand you are supposed to maintain 90% attendance in the college, right? That's a choking for me. But let me tell you how my journey of discipline actually changed in my life. And I'll explain you why they are actually pressurizing you for 95%. I've got a beautiful answers to everything. When I fall, I realized it, and that's what I wanted to make you understand, how this word discipline is very important in life. I was not given an exam ticket. Finally, with lot of courage, I approached the that time we used to call Balia. I don't know. Are you familiar with the word? There's an assistant person with the principal's room. I approached him with lot of courage. Please get me a hall ticket. I'll take care of you. And finally, that worked out somehow. I was able to write the exams, and I was school second in the entire community. There are a lot of schools in there, and I was the second to score highest. Honestly speaking, I was shocked, not just because I was shocked, how did I do it? I really didn't know. All I wrote was absolutely, people were surprised, how did I score second? I said, people are surprised. First ask me, how did I score? Even I don't know. You forget about asking. My parents asked me, wish me good, fantastic and all that. But at the same time, somewhere, how did I do it? Then somewhere, teachers by mistake changed the paper because the person who was right at me always used to be a first rank. They have done a blunder mistake putting my paper is signed of them and they give the marks to me. This is what my perception and opinion about me. Because I was very clear, I didn't even hardly attend classes somewhere. I made little effort and I think I made a person or not. 12th standard, I knew college nahi milega. As usual, my parents will say, aisa hi chalta raha, the way you go, you will not get admissions, you will not get class, you will not get job, you will be one among us, you will be this. So, you know, heavy amount of value, this thing, depression. At this time of 11th standard, I used to sit in the corner and deprived and saying, job nahi milega, so what will happen to me? Though because I was very clear, we come from a business community, and they said, I'll end of the day, I'll sit in the shop and do what the others are doing it. I did my 12th standard, completed with 90 plus percentage. I was happy because I didn't get 90 percentage, no. I was happy I was going college. And the first thing coming to college was the dreams, car, bunking the college, going to movies. What all I actually can do, all that was I was happy about. I was not happy about 90 percentage, which college, what, nothing. I was absolutely shit about all that. I wanted to have fun in my life. And I did that so also. First year, my attendance was 40 percentage. So everybody said, Terko hall ticket mila. Did you get the hall ticket? Oh, I said, did they give? Yeah, you're not eligible for hall ticket. And I said, thank you so much, I know. So there was a board, those who had not got the hall ticket have to go to the principal's room. Now, I knew principal never liked me because I always come late and he used to say, you're too early for the next hour. I was known for a bunch of lies. I'll carry a helmet with me and I say, bus got flat. A tire puncture or the bus, why are you carrying helmet? So you really don't know there are a good number of accidents happening in the bus as well. I have to protect me. There was a bunch of lies which I always made. There was a lot of laziness in me, procrastinations. Life was important for me to have fun here. What happened? I went to the principal room and stand right in the principal door. There was a huge queue lying in the, getting into principal. There was a lot of dashing, you know. First day, first show, you getting ticket on the counter, how you hit yourself and get the ticket. That's why somehow I got it into the line queue. When the moment I get into queue after a lot of full sweating, I really didn't even hate that, but somehow with this lot of sweating, I get in the principal room. Somehow there was an AC, so I got into next person to go. So I go inside the principal room, he sees me. Luckily with a lot of sweating and a lot of dirtiness, he didn't recognize me. I'm the same notorious fellow. I was happy about it. So he asked me, what happened? Sir, attendance low, sir. What happened? So a lot of sickness, sir. What kind of sickness? So a lot of fever, sir. I kept answering him. The moment the next assistants came, that is where I was hard luck. Sir, he's the same fellow notorious who always comes late to the class. He really immediately realized he's saying bunch of lies. He said, get lost. So what happens? The queue was this way, and I went on from the other, he told me out. I was so curious. How did he say me get lost? Let me go back to the line again. I went back to the line again. I went back to the line again, stood with again lot of curiosity, heating inside, somehow got into, this time I'm more sweat. In Chennai is a very hotter weather, right? So with more full sweat in the afternoon, I went back again. Luckily again he did not recognize me, I just came half an hour before. So he said to me, what happened? Sir, 40% attendance, sir, low attendance, sir, lot of sickness, sir, lot of problems, sir, not able to come, lot of issues, something I blabbered. He says, okay, how much? Suddenly, that accountant was writing, no sir, he has come second time again. Immediately seeing me, he said, get lost. I started hate that guy who's accountant. Usko kya ja raha hai? What is here happening? I'm talking to the principal. Why are you coming in between? So I go out of the room, come back. Now when I went back again, this is hurting my ego now. I'll go back again. Let me see what happens again. I'm telling you, I started way back morning 9 o'clock and this was actually lunch time now. Tired lunch खाऊं के पहले ego satisfy करो. It was all about ego. Accountant कैसे मेरे बारे में बोल दिया? How can he say यार? So I went back to the line again, stood there, went inside. This time principal recognized it. How many times will you come? Good last. This is how he said me. Now my ego is hurting. How did the principal told me, yeah? How can he tell me? Went back to the line again. This time the queue became very heavy. I got inside at 5:30 inside. This time principal didn't tell me to get lost. I was very firm. I will take the hall ticket and go today. Whatever said and done, my mistakes have been. I have understood and realized it. But I'm very clear, I will do that today. I will take back my hall ticket any given point of time. You know, what did the principal liked in me? He liked me the persistence of the embarrassment which he was causing on me, but I'm still persistent to hold there, take that full of embarrassment, come back again, take it again. He was tired. Bhai, you please take this hall ticket. And he said to me that I liked it the moment, every time I embarrassed you, but you still come. I'm giving you for that attitude a ticket, not for what you have on your cards right now. When I came out, really I understood this is what attitude is, what it means, because right in the time from school, college, everybody talked about it. It was a complete shock for me, understanding this is what life is all about. You got to keep approaching it. One day things will come for you. And that's what happened. The biggest shock of the life the story doesn't end here. I go to the school, I'm still in school, but go to the college. I see everybody opening the books and reading. I wonder, what are you guys are doing? Kabhi itna padhte hue, I've never seen somebody reading so much in the books. Today there is an exam. Business law. And so bad about my friend, they never told me today's exam, yeah. I was busy, my attitude didn't change. I still got reflected, hindered, but I was still busy in bunking out and not knowing an exams were there tomorrow. But let me tell you, I went on attending that exam and I cleared my first year with 46%. That day, I wanted to ask questions to myself, how did I clear without attending a point of class, not knowing it. But there was a little bit of whatever I attended, I wrote in the exam and I got through it. I wanted to go introspect myself, what made me to even get through. There are a lot of things which is coming me, but strictly a failure, embarrassment, everything is there on my account, but still I am able to make it. Then what is that, the unleashed potential in me? Why don't I realize that in me and work on it? College, second year, I scored 70. College, third year, I scored 89. The third year was the highest score which any student got at that college. Seriously speaking, I just love this clap, yeah. So, third year, but let me tell you, the story of my failure doesn't end here. I did not get as usual, I should have thought about it in my second year, rather than, it's like a joke now. A father, mother ask, okay, what should I do? My son is studying in third standard. Can you tell me what should I do for him get into IIT? They said, what? You should have planned it much before it born. So today the career counseling has gone into so much that in 10th standard you actually know what you're going to do way back in a age of 50. Post-retirement, what is going to be your life? This is the way in which we are working. I'm in the college third year stepping out, I didn't even know what I have to do. I've not done anything. As usual, all my friends, they are pursuing CA, somebody is pursuing a lot of things. I was absolutely no man's land. But I loved finance, so I actually went and joined ECFA University. I did my CFA. I started working 1 year with an audit firm. Realized that I'm a desk jockey. Finance and all will not work out with me because I'm actually playing with numbers, but that's not precisely me. I was good in that, but this was not me. I quit that job, did my master's, completed my master's. The biggest challenge in my master's is, in the introduction they said I didn't do MBA, I actually did MSW in HR. And a lot of people will actually not knowing about this course at all. Master's in social work with specialization in HR. Why did I choose this rather than in HR was, the best thing in doing an MBA HR, you get to know about a lot of strategic things, but do you handle people? That's very, very important. Because end of the day, human resources is all about being human. Do you understand the fundamentals of human? So I took social work because the first year it talks you, getting you to a grassroots of level of the people, making them understand what human is all about. Let me tell you, how did it actually change my life? My entire life became disciplined because I took an MSW in HR. I'm not so talking about good about the institute, good about the degree, no. But the situation I went through has changed my life so much that even next 10 years and I can actually talk about it. It was 2004. I was part of the NGO. An NGO said, we have been sponsoring this 10 students, their education, and among this one student, we want to stop sponsoring their education because they are not performing well. Please go to their family and tell that we have stopped sponsoring their education. This is the first job to me as a part of the NGO. With a lot of difficulties, I find the house and go to the NGO and go to their house. I see a small hut of 1 or 2 bulb, not even proper light, ventilation, nothing. And it was very difficult for me to go and tell them, we are not going to sponsor your eldest son's education. So before I thought I would actually go down and tell that, I thought, why don't we actually go down and speak to them? The moment I said why you're not performing, I spoke to the student. So he was answering, no, I'm doing good. So I asked, can you give me a books? Every time I saw the books of him, there was nothing but just the red ink on the entire book. That actually surprises me a lot. Why there are so many red inks? So I actually asked him, can you write something? He wrote, but the moment he wrote the way, it actually gave me a lot of shock. I didn't understand the way in which he was writing. He was in 9th standard. I was completely shocked about it. So taking a step, I went to a school, talked to his teachers. They say he's not performing, and they were beating him every classes. Every class he used to get beat. That day I would have completed my job just doing it. Your sponsorship is cancelled, and I would have left away. I would have fulfilled my job. My NGO was not happy because I did not communicate that. Because I was more curious, why is that happening with him? Let me tell you, I went on to study. I went on to meet different professors of different research. I went on Google, find it. Then finally I landed up, after a lot of Googling, Madras School of Dyslexia. Let me be very clear, folks. Nobody told me to go and do this out of way. Nobody told me to do all that. Nobody, when NGO was not even bothered about it. Sponsorship coming, sponsorship giving, that was my job was. Now why I'm telling this story is, like this, every situation will come to you, your career, your pathway as well. Nobody will tell you, go extra way and do all that. Nobody is bothered about it. Because in the organization, the moment you come, we will tell you, this is the task, this is what your KR is, they are a KPI, go and achieve it. This is what will happen. Maybe tell you at your academic, your professors will actually tell you, this is the course, learn it, go it, read it, get the score over. But to think who is conditioning you, who is limiting you is yourself, nobody else. Nobody will limit you in your life except you and yourself. Just go back and think, this is what is actually happening in a real life. I went out of the way, found the student with dyslexia. This is the first time I've ever heard such word in my life. After that 3 years, the movie Tare Zameen Par was released, which actually highlighted dyslexia. I'm trying to make you understand the life will teach you beautiful lessons in the life, but it's up to you. You have to go an extra way. You have to take that extra step in your life to find what is the real meaning in your life. Nobody is going to question you the moment you get CGPA onto your record. Fantastic. College is happy. College will be much more happy if the company recruits you. That's it. Their job ends. Corporate will start asking you, do the job. Their job ends giving you salary. But if you really want to make difference in your career, it is not the college, it is not the organization, it's going to be you who has to take the decision. It's not going to be any one of them who is going to be responsible. A simple question to ask anybody sitting here, when you were a child, who taught you to walk? Ourselves, exactly. Nobody in this world teaches you how to walk, how to crawl. If somebody tells you, then it is all foolish. Go and understand scientifically. No such word exists that somebody is going to teach you how to walk. It's you who has to walk. You see people, you walk. You have to have an urgeness to walk. It is very clearly defined. Every simple thing, you have to do it. When you feel hunger, it is you who has to go and have the food. Don't expect the food to come to you. This is what is real competition life is outside for you. Gone were the days when a mother will keep you sit and give you food, right at the time feed you. This is not going to happen in the real competitive world. Wake up, this is reality. Your hunger, first find the food, make the food, eat the food, satisfy your hunger. If you think somebody is going to do that for you, no. The way life has changed is no, it's not going to do. I am telling you real life example. The moment I got placed, campus placed, first 30 days, first 2 days I was sitting down at the couch doing nothing. I was so frustrated. I'm an MBA, I'm a master degree. Why are they making me sit on the couch? But let me tell you, morning to evening I sat on the couch doing nothing. Third day somebody called me and say, okay, we'll give you work. Come, this is a wardrobe. There's a old bunch of papers. Start scanning it. Now when I saw this wardrobe, 1 wardrobe, 2 wardrobe, 3 wardrobes. He never told me there are 3 wardrobes. He told me just 1 wardrobe and scan. I was scanning that paper for 30 days. How many of you would ready to do that? Be honest. Lots of hands have raised. I'm happy about it. Honest, be practical. The moment you got into this admission in this college, what is the first dream came into your mind? Anybody? Good placement. Good placement, exactly. Let me be very clear. Honest, be practical. Come out of the books. Reality, what you would have thought as a good placement, good salary, good life. Everybody thinks, and this is not being selfish. It's about being honest to yourself. The only thing in the world which you really cannot do is you cannot lie to yourself. Start being true to yourself. When you look into mirror, what is the first thing you do? Who's the most smartest person here? Who's the most handsome guy here? Who's the most beautiful girl here? I remember a joke on this connotation. There was a Kargil war was going on. This is a real incident quoted by a Kargil general. You know that the war was right on the top mountain. The intruders were actually hitting down from the mountain. And you understand the gravity works, right? Engineer students here? Yes, sir. You understand the gravity from the top you throw, am I right? Yes, sir. I don't have to explain that. So the general said to my battalion, I would like to say you something. The most handsome guys are actually targeted first. This is what he said. But I want you, the most handsome guys, to go and hit them and make them realize that you can make a difference. So the last guy, a very last guy, Shop, I want to say something. He raised his hand and come out and says, and his face was really ugliest. He said, I'm very ugly to look at. The world in my life across everybody told me I'm the most ugliest person. So I am so happy today. He asked, why? He said, I'll be happy that they will not hit me. I will not be killed. And I don't have to target because you said the handsome. You know what the answer was? What is the answer? Okay, for a change, go on the top of it. The top of the mind, right? Where the most beautiful women and the men are sitting. I agree with you all too, but I'm just saying for the change. Anybody can answer from the top? Yeah.
Ask your mother how beautiful you are.
Fantastic. Beautiful. Big round of applause for him. Every day, this is what happens. Go and ask your mother. She will say, you are the best in the world. This is what reality is. And let me be very clear. We all are differently made. But the moment you go and look yourself in a mirror, you start grooming yourself to look how beautiful you are and how handsome you are. Am I honest? Every woman and every man in this world are this way. So when you have that courage to say that in your front of a mirror, why don't you have a courage to do that in your real life? Why can't you prove the world that you are actually the most smartest in the world when it comes to work, it comes to academics, and it comes to making the difference? Why just that restricted only near the mirror? When you're so consciously beautifying yourself, why can't you beautify your life right outside the mirror? This is what I would like to tell you. This is very, very important lesson to learn. Nobody is going to do anything for you. It is all you yourself has to do it. Those 30 days of scanning the paper, after that I started working, and if somebody asks me, can you tell me the reason of 11 years being the most youngest department head or fastly grown in HMI, what is the one reason? I will tell those 30 days scanning the paper. You know what I was scanning all about? If I was given a job of scanning, what will I do? I'll just take the paper, put it on the machine, scan it over. Am I right? You know what did I do? Took the paper, read the length and breadth of it, start making a notes of it, and scanned it. Let me be very clear. Hyundai started in 1998. I joined in 2007. Even today, I knew what was started, how was started, what was the logic, how was it. The entire history is right here. That's a primary reason that I was able to talk in every forum I can, and that kudos goes to the 30 days of my scanning the paper. It's the simplest thing, but that made your career. You will actually not know what is going to make your career. What going to effort going to make your career. Now going back to the 95% attendance, somebody talk about discipline, 365 days, stick on to it if you really mean it. But 95% attendance, why do they sing? Why do they say that? Is to tell you how organization, are you ready for tomorrow to face that, the highly competitive world? They are preparing you for the highest level of flexibility for you to take on. That's the only reason. And I'll tell you, the guy who never maintained attendance in school, the guy who never maintained attendance in college, today, in 11 years, 9 years I have been 100% attendance in my company. And you know why those 2 years I didn't maintain attendance 100%? I met with a major accident. There was 2 operations, and it was the only day where I've taken a leave. I want to tell you that this is not what I feel proud about. A lot of young generation talks to me. You're talking about work-life balances. You're talking about the 100% attendance is really important. Leaves, rejuvenations are really important. Definitely, yes, goes without saying. They are invariably very important. I vouch for it. Go for a vacation leave, come back, you actually get rejuvenated. I'm still vouch for it. After your lunch, take a 15 minutes of power nap. You see your efficiency grows at 150%. I'm in for it. But are you in for to take that challenge? Very important. Very, very important for you to realize that, are you ready for challenge? How many of your students have actually come here that they will take the most toughest job, lowest salary, and ready to take a career? How much of you genuinely answer, because nobody is going to record this? I'm telling it again. Toughest job, lowest salary compared to any of your peer group, and still be able to take it. How much hands did they go up? Count? Hardly. How much hands are still down? This is reality. This is what I would like to say. There is a huge gap. This is reality. It's not that I don't appreciate people who are down with the hands. It's not that I'm appreciating people who raise the hands, but I'm talking this is the reality. But outside world is very difficult. There is a possibility that you all get into an organization which will give you high amount of flexibility, high amount of benefits, good salary. But there is a possibility that you get into the most toughest organization. This is what your institute is preparing in you. Day in, day out, they're trying to bring that discipline in you. I'm with you. Honestly speaking, the moment they said 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., they are in the college, I said it's not possible to give them a lecture. I will only give them a sleeping tablet for them to sleep. It's not possible. I'm going to be very honest to you. Scientifically, anything thrown 20 minutes on you, it's right about 20 minutes, it's just going over and over it again. That's why I don't want to talk about any theoretical lessons, but rather real life situations. But I can understand, I'll be with you. But please understand the importance what institute is actually trying and doing it is actually preparing you for tomorrow. That's something very, very important. I'm not telling that you have to have 100% attendance. No. You have to work like this. No. I'm sure that you are 10 years ahead than me in working smarter than what I was. What I achieved in 11 years, you can actually achieve in 5 years. Possible? Everything is possible. But it's very, very important, have you accepted that in your life? All of you sitting here, you got to really take that up. Have you heard about Shah Majumdar anytime?
She had only rupees 10,000 in her hands, and in her garage in her house she started this biocon.
Fantastic. She's right. But what else? What is something more important? Ladies, come on. There is an equal amount of participation here in the women here. I really appreciate this college that I see a lot of gender balance here. I see a lot of colleges where I don't see. I see a good amount of, and I really wanted to understand, there's a one female row, then there is a male row, then there is a female row. Are you really inclined to sit so disciplinedly? Yes, sir. This is also part of the discipline? Yes, sir. Honestly, I was not studying in the college, otherwise I've really been outstanding student all the time. But yeah, coming back to it, Shah Majumdar, yeah, go ahead. Anybody? Shah Majumdar. Who was this Shah Majumdar was? She was right that Bicon was started in the garage. All the success stories, yes. But what is about her failure? Where did she fail? Thank God Google's, you don't have mobile phone. The moment you have, you'll Google it and tell it to me immediately again. I'm safe that I can, whatever I say today, till I'm here is all right. Because the moment I go, if you validate, that's a questionable. But I'm happy that you're not able to validate now. So I'm happy about it, yeah. I like the last bench always, I love the last bench. You know why I love the last bench? In my school, college, I used to sit in the last bench. The last bench will be the most vulnerable guys. For this you can clap, yeah. But I'm making it very clear, folks. Last bench is the only one will have a lot of courage to do things. They will only make a lot of difference. I'm very clear, I'm with you all the last bench rows, right? So those clap was for all of you. So it goes with last row right there as well. So Shah Majumdar actually, she was a chemical specialist and she wants to get into an ethanol or rather than into an alcohol manufacturing processing unit. There was not even a single unit in India. She went abroad, she joined an organization. The organization first question, are you serious to join this? They said yes. She said, yes, I want to really do it. Said, are you joking? We cannot hire you. She said, give me one chance and I will make you proof. After a lot of this thing, pressure, okay, we agree. The moment she stepped in, she was the only lone female in the entire industry in the world to be the first woman to be in such processing unit. Now, just think about it, what she would have thought at that age. Am I taking that courage to take that one step? I'm the first, because the family, the relative, everybody question, are you crazy to do such things? There is no female in the entire world in such segment of business. But she made not just the difference, significant difference in that business. She was working, she was outstanding achievement, she came back, she just not made the organization grow, she made the organization phenomenal by her contribution. That's Shah Majumdar for you. Now I'm not going back to Bicon, big money, big business. She's one of the directors of Infosys now. I'm not talking about all that. All the success is what for her. But that one step in her life actually changed her a lot. Are you ready to take that first step? It's very important. Let me also tell you a story of Ganesh. How many people you know Ganesh? मेरे गली में रहता है बाजू में Ganesh. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a Ganesh who is an IAS officer. How many of you know that? Come on. Everybody? I'll tell you a perfect story of so-called failure. How a failure teaches one life and how does it grooms to in him to achieve certain things. Ganesh has actually come from a smaller village who have no one studied in their village. Lack of electricity, somehow parents makes good money in farming, decide to send the son after 12 to engineering in Chennai. Somehow with lot of things, he get into Chennai with a very small college, he studied engineering. While taking engineering, he prepares for IAS exam. He's still preparing. He does the course. No one recruits him. No one recruits him at all. But he goes back to the village. Village people very proud that he has got a degree. You will see the proudness and happiness flourishing around. Extremely happy. Mother, father had the tears in their eyes. Because only person who completed degree. See the amount of happiness he brought into. But inside he was absolutely broken. Because he wanted to do something for the village, he could not do it. He did not get job. He goes back, start working as a waiter in Bangalore in one of the coffee shops. But what he does is continues to focus on the IAS. So first exam he writes. He fails drastically. He writes second exams. He fails drastically. Writes third exam, fails same way. Now he really don't know what to do. Somebody told him, why don't you change your subject of specialization? What make a difference? What interests you? He takes up socio-economic, makes a lot of difference, but it still fails, but relatively better scores. Fourth time failed. Studies hard, works hard, makes a lot of effort. Fifth time failed. Do you know how many attempts you can make it? And if you are scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, you can make 7. Sixth time he fails. Tell me if you were in that stage, what you will do. Be honest. The moment you fail such drastically, there's a lot of hope backing waiting for you. You will be absolutely drawn back, sink in your emotions, deep down with depressions, a lot of things. But that one person had a courage to go back 7th time, the final time. Final time he goes back with the one courage, I will not leave the final chance which is coming on my way. I will still try and make a difference. I am sure you would have heard Chennai Marina Beach, which is Asia's world's second longest beach. He goes and sits there, back at the shores, the day of results. He says to God that today I wish I clear. If I don't clear, I would go and sunk in your ocean. He says that because not just that he has lost it, he still wants to make a difference. He says, what will I go back today and go tell to my parents who are waiting with a lot of emotions and values? They wanted to see a difference in me today. My mother would break down because she wanted to see me working. My father would actually will have no hopes left on me. A lot of things. Understand the level of emotions. 7th time he just not clears, so becomes an IAS officer. Today he has contributed all his life for this village. I want to go and tell you a very simple thing. At the moment he reached to his village, his father cried for 10 days. Because he could not hold his emotions. My son has done so much, he's become an IAS officer. He was absolutely full of 10 days he was crying. Lot of happiness. Just go back and think. The moment you all will be campus placed, whom are you going to make that first call to? Why so, parents? Just go back. The moment you get placed, you will have a lot of energy in your passion. You would like to make that first call, wherever, right from your college, calling your parents and saying, your father picks on the other side, you will say, Papa, I got placed. The moment you say this word, he will not ask you second questions, where you placed, what you placed, that will come. But that secondary moment, he will have full of emotion because seeing his son or daughter going successful in their career. I am not inflating this. I am telling you it's a true thing. Call your parents the moment you will know this. I am telling you the moment you got even admission in the best of the college, there would be a lot of tear in your mom's eye, but she will not express. A father would never express his tears to his son or daughter because he feels that he heads the family, he needs to correct. But inside he also has a heart. The most important people will be your parents and will be absolutely happy. That feeling is $1 million worth of emotion which you will create in your parents. And how are you going to do that? Statistics says 18% of the people are only getting employed. Just 18. 100 students get enrolled, 18 get job. Further 8 get underemployed. Goes up to another 2%, but rest 70% aren't underemployed. This is the career statistics. Now you want to be in part of that 18, you want to be part of that 8, or you want to be in balance 2. The answer is right with you. It's not with any one of us. Nobody is going to take that chance of developing you. Are you want to be that 18, 8 or 2? It's left on you to call for it. But let me tell you, don't forget that emotions back at your home. Your parents will have the moment you say you got campus placed. The feeling will be absolutely $1 trillion worth, which you worth capturing, and you can, I am telling you, the moment you see your parents will have a tear, you will have tear right in your eyes as well. But the moment the offer is given to you, that will be $1 million. Doesn't matter which offer it is. Just imagine you're sitting for the most dream company and the offer comes to you right. What would be the grasp of feeling which you will have in your hand? You will be lost in that motions. You will be lost in that feeling. You wanted to express that feeling. You will not have a words to express that. You will make that call to your parents. Just imagine this is going to be a worth of million of emotions you will never forget across your life. And I'm telling you, this is the best part of the life. But to reach there, you got to put that amount of effort every day and night. I'm not telling you go and study, open the books, tear it off the books, read what is there in the books. Not required. That's not what is about creating difference. I'm trying to tell you only simple thing make difference in your attitude. That simple thing will change your life. Now simple thing, beautiful thing, a lot of guest lectures will actually come and tell you attitude is the word. They numerologically define, they'll define with a lot of things, but what is attitude? Nobody tells you straightforward. But I'm going to tell you a beautiful lesson of my life which I feel that this is called attitude. I'm still a lot of things today in cricket. We have Virat Kohli. Everybody, every girls love Virat Kohli, right? Why don't you say that proud? You love a nation cricketer. What's wrong in this? Loud? Yes. Exactly. I also love him. So, but somewhere or another, you know, I've grown seeing the cricket, Sachin Tendulkar right on my screen all the time. Every time my heart breaks, you know, my emotions will shatter the moment he gets out. It doesn't matter India wins or not, but every time I see him out, I get shattered with my emotions. Oh my God, Tendulkar is gone, worth not seeing, close it, India is gone. That's the first perception. I know most of you would have it because you would be seeing him in a cricket playing. But you know, I went on to, did you read his biography? Loud, yeah? So why don't you answer? What's your name, ma'am? Can you tell me something what he has explained about reaching from 99 to 100?
He never gave up.
So what did he do for that?
He practiced to reach 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 practice, and we got all the stadium until he got it.
Fantastic. Now I'm giving you a fantastic example. Beautiful, can you come on the stage? So difficult for you to sit in that cube here. Really mesmerizing you. I forgot seeing somebody sitting here. Seriously, I didn't even know. I didn't know in the emotion and expression I go and step out and fall down or somebody's sitting here. Yeah, coming back to it. You said something there. Fantastic. Your name?
Astha.
Everybody knows her? Everybody knows her? Only girls are boys. Guys, everybody knows her? There's a lot of no's in it. Okay, Astha will create a difference today in, there are 800 plus here?
Yes, sir.
1,000? So, okay, 1,000 people are seeing you, Astha, right now. Do you see that? You explained it so beautifully that there was he never gave up, right? I'm going to give you a beautiful example. Who among your in the front you think is the most element personality in terms of professors? In sitting in the front, call them any name, doesn't matter. Don't worry, no actions on her, anything, take it in a positive spirit. Any professor sitting in the front, you tell me who is the most eminent personality, not on the stage, but I'm telling you right in the front in the row. Go ahead.
Sir, Padi sir.
Padi sir, yeah. Sir, say hi to all, sir. Sir, clap hands. They are clapping to increase their life. That is more important for them. Okay. Now what happens with Padi sir? How do you pronounce your name? Padi sir. So I'll call the professor of tomorrow. Let me have that. So he's the most stalwart professor right sitting in the row here, who is dignified to set an examples all across his life, who is grooming thousands of students every day. A point of time he stuck. What will he do? He is not able to solve a problem. What do you think he will do? Now you go to answer what he will do. You don't have to think what he will do. Be straightforward what he will do.
So you mean to say that he's stuck on a problem and he's not able to figure it out?
Not able to solve it. He's tired. He's lost. He feels that he cannot do. Now what he will do?
He'll maybe take a break and get at it again after the break ends.
Still falls. Still fails. Not able to do it.
He'll try again.
Fails.
He'll try again and again.
You say 100 times, I'm going to say fails. Next. Asta, look there also. There are beautiful people sitting right up there.
He may change his strategy.
Fails. So nothing to do personal with you, huh? Yeah, he fails. Next.
So he has to get 400 people placed. He can't fail.
Sorry?
He has to get 400 people placed. He can't fail.
I'm still telling he fails. So what? Think. Asta in a very traumatic situation, I'm telling it to you. This is the highest level of stage which he's in. I don't know what will I say after this. Professor will watch it, the students will, what will they talk about it, and I'm really in no man's land. A lot of things, forget it. Now remove the barrier which you are trying to frame a stereotype for nation. Forget there is someone sitting here. Forget there is nobody here. Now tell me the answer. If he fails, what he needs to do.
He'll discuss his problems.
With whom?
Probably Bala sir.
He has no solution for it. Next.
His fellow directors.
Sorry?
Fellow directors.
Fellow directors do not have a solution for it. Next.
He'll go to somebody who has a solution.
This is called perfect MBA model. Let me tell you, Professor Stalwart trained thousands of students, made glorious differences, lot of name all across. When he walks, he makes difference. When he speaks, he makes a difference. Everybody see and inspires him. And solution is with a student called Asta. Who is student? He is somewhere there. Student just got into. What will go in his mind first? And he has to open it about to the world. What will he go into? Be practical. Don't give me a philosophical and theoretical answer. Be practical and answer me. what will he undergo?
That she's just a student and how can she help me?
So, what is the word if I have to use this?
Embarrassment?
No. Somebody said that.
Ego.
Exactly. Ego will stop you to do that. Am I right? Sir, nothing personal, sir, please. Again, I'm reminding you, ego will stop you to do that. Why?
Because he may think that he thinks that he's better than me. Of course, he's better than me.
Exactly. So he have a perceived notion that he's better in the world among all you sitting here. Second, third.
I'm a nobody.
Sorry?
I'm a nobody in his eyes.
You're
He
worthless.
doesn't know me.
Exactly. Third, anything else? Tell me. Just one person louder. I'm an experience. So much of yours. Just a new. What will he know? Correct? Right?
Right.
So in this situation, will he come down to Asta?
Probably no.
99% of us do not go such situation to go down and look for a solution. This is what I am trying to explain you, the word attitude here. This is what Sachin Tendulkar actually did in his life. 99 stuck. Discussed with best of the coaches in the world, discussed with best of the peer group, discussed with best of the cricketers in the world. Nobody actually gave him these solutions. A person who's known for wet pockets. You know why he's known for wet pockets? Sachin Tendulkar comes from a very poor family, did not afford to own a cricket uniform, probably a material which need to be worn, which of actually made of nylon. Because the moment you're on the grass, it should not hurt you. That's why the nylon has been used in heavily in that. So he used to go for a practice in the morning, come back from practice, wash it, dry it, again go back to practice in 5 o'clock. So if you actually see, the entire dress will get dry, except your pockets. It happens, right? Most of the time the pockets do not be wet. Those wet pockets, he played across his life. And let me tell you, there are situations where he used to wet the pockets, even getting into one-day international, and then play because habitual to wet pockets. That's about his realistic life. That's why I just explained you what is wet pockets is. But 99 stuck, not making it to 100. Let me be very clear, folks. There is a significant difference between your talent and your attitude. Your talent is actually taking you where you are. But what you take you to next level is not the talent, it's his attitude. Sachin Tendulkar went back to the basic coach of his life, the first coach of his life who actually taught him what is cricket is all about, who had no idea what is international cricket, who had no idea what to crack the rules, who had no idea, and he knew it. He is the master of the class in the whole world. The amount of strategy, techniques, what Sachin knew, nobody else knew it about. But he was very clear. He went down to the same coach back again, going down at the level, the basic coach who started his life, who had no significant difference in his career, went down to him, asked him, can you please tell me what should I do which actually makes me cross that one mark to make it 100? Folks, this is called attitude. You have to go down, get down, that's very important. There is no shame, there is no ego, there is no, all this is just a barricade right in your brain. You can have the maximum amount of learning from just a fresher. Really doesn't matter to who can crack it. It really doesn't matter, it may be least experienced, your ego will bounce on you. How did I can do it? But let me tell you, that is reality. That is the attitude which made him to grow. Talent got him to the stage, but attitude made him difference in his life. And this is what his attitude is all about. Let me tell you, you would all wish to fly. Everybody loves to see the flying and taking off, going up in the scare. But let me tell you, At any given point of time, the flight has to come down on the ground and land it. The safety, the success, the completion of your journey when it lands it. It's not just when it flies it. All of us has to be grounded in our life. This is a simple philosophy of attitude which I defined. Thank you, Asta. You may please go. Big round for Asta. I would leave this forum to ask me as much of questions you want, but before I go on doing that, I would tell you very clearly, I am not a great learning lesson for you. None of those people who comes here will be actually great learning lessons for you. Their stories, that is their life. It is their different, their opinion, their situations. Your situations will be very different in your life. But I want to be very clear, nobody can be yourself. It is just going to be you, you and you. You have to make, if you want to really make difference in your life, you got to be yourself. Nobody else will actually take your positions. But I'm making you very clear, God has made us so beautiful that every part of us so unique, it doesn't match us with most of us. Your hands, your fingerprints, everything. But let me be very clear, please realize your potential. There is something hidden in you. There is something beautiful in you. You have this set difference life principle in your life. There is something which you will create a difference. But none of the professors, none of your parents, none of your peer group, none of the industry, anybody cannot unleash your potential. It's a very rare opportunity. Only person who can unleash your potential is only you. Nobody else. And I'm very clear and firm about it. Please go back home. I don't want anybody to take back home my story, my learnings. No. I just want one single lesson. Go back and introspect in yourself that what are you here for. If you're here for academic, do the academic and go. If you're here for job, take the job and go. But if you're here for life, then every day create a life difference. 90% of the students do not know the importance of reading newspapers. People think if you read the magazine, if you read the articles, if you read the books, you're made the fantastic. But you don't know newspaper, 1 rupee, 2 rupee, it's just a phenomenal amount of information lying in that. If you read 365 days, somebody told me 365 days you're ready to work. Just please read 365 days newspaper. I can challenge you, you can come here and speak for not less than about 5 hours. Because the amount of knowledge in which you would gain it, you will be able to correlate every time when you study what's going actually in the world. What's going in the industry, you will be absolutely able to relate it. The more you're not able to relate it, you cannot speak. You know the beauty of brain and tongue? Everybody here is absolutely highly brainful. If only the smart people comes and talk is able to connect the brain with your tongue. If you're able to connect your brain with your tongue, let me be very clear, nobody in this world can actually stop you. So start speaking it. It really doesn't matter. Most of you will think about, I have a fear to come on a stage and speak. I started with a failure speech, thank you speech. I could not give it one word, felt with an embarrassment. That day I decided I would not stop myself. I will go ahead. How many times I fail, I will try and succeed. So there is nothing in this world which can be stoppable. There is nothing in the world which cannot be achieved. There is nothing in the world which is impossible. I'm not here to speak philosophical. I'm only telling you, try to live a simple life, enjoy your hobbies, enrich what your life, what you want to be. Do that personal life, whatever you want. You like adventure, do adventure. But don't forget, not everything is book. There is so much amorphous amount of learning which is lying there. Right next to you, a partner sitting, he has his own life experience. Listen to it. There is something to listen. There is something to share. The more you use your ears, the more you learn. I'll leave that with this note. Thank you so much for being so beautiful audience, so beautiful gathering. I'm happy that I would be very, very happy that any one of you would be, still want to be in touch with me. If I can help you out, I would be pleaseful, but I'll be more happy after 5 years. Call me and tell me that I was wrong. Your freedom, your liberty to tell me that I was wrong. You can tell me as much of bad words you want. I would be happy to take it. But I am challenging you today. If you take back at least that 1% of learning back at home, I'll be the most happiest person in the world. Because none of them would be happy, but I would be really happy. You all successful being career. Please don't run behind the success. Let the success will come for you. Run for what your life want. Please. And one of the smallest learning lessons, when you go wherever you go, understand and appreciate relationship. If a person who's a security guard in a college, please know his name. Very important. The person who cleans the room of your classroom, the sweeper, please know his name. And the moment you call them with their name, you will see how the world changes for them, for you. There are simple things. Start changing it right away. Appreciate others' work. I am very clear that because then in your successful, when you call your professors, you call your everybody you say on the stage, all these people have been successful for my career, but everybody forgets those security guards, those sweepers who cleaned and made your environment so healthy for you to learn. Those people who sit here in the cubicles, make ensure that those tools are operated in the right sense for you to get it operated. All those people are actually forgotten. And let me tell you, they have been intangibly working for your career. So this is the life, 360 degree. Look at around and be thankful to all. Please change your simple life. It will make your life and career beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm open for a questions. Just for where did you get that photo? Facebook, is it? Okay, good. Yeah, open for a questions. I would like to tell you before you ask your questions. Anybody in South India, right? You know where is the Arun ice cream? Have you heard? It's now called Ibacco, right? Do you know where is the Arun ice cream belongs to? Which dairies? Okay, really doesn't matter. Arun ice cream chairman was right sitting like how the eminent people are sitting here. He was talking about actually it's a dairy it's not an Arun ice cream. They were talking about his dairy farm, the business and all that. The chairman was exhilarating everything. So one person right in the corner, like that person sitting who was actually taking a beautiful picture, sitting in that corner, raised a question. Can I ask you one question to the chairman? I'm sorry to ask you, but you have fantastically explained your business and everything. Can I ask you, you forgot something? He said, what? You forgot to be most successful. He said, what are you talking? I'm the most successful dairy farm in South India. He said, you didn't unleash your potential to explore in the business opportunity of coming into an ice cream business. And he asked me, can you tell me why didn't you get into the ice cream business? You know what happened that day? He was made the managing director of the company. You never know when you ask the questions, what will turn around for you. So please don't stop yourself asking questions, because your organization, your institute is taking a lot of effort to bring here people. Ensure to harass them to the core, to maximum questions. Ask what is there. It doesn't matter how silly it is, how stupid it is. It's your question. It will definitely make meaningful. So please open for any questions.
So you're an awesome orator.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. So my question is, sir, Hyundai is the second largest company in India after Maruti, right? So I saw this article few days back saying that both Maruti and Hyundai are planning to release a new vehicle in the 800 to 1000 cc edition to attract more customer towards its low economy edition, I mean. So what are your strategies to compete with Maruti so that you go ahead of them?
Just make a note of him. He asks wonderful questions. Well, it's a very simple answer to throw you on. What you do to make significant difference in thousands of students here?
So I want you to answer, sir, actually.
I will answer. I will honestly answer and appreciate that you've gone into article, read the article, wants to understand a strategy. I will answer you. I want to ask you a question. What difference do you make among the thousands of students to create a difference?
Maybe I'll try to be the best among all of them.
That's a diplomatic question. Your name?
So Sushant.
Sushant. Yes. Beautiful name. Sushant, I want to tell you something. Somebody asked me, what is the something which you can be confidently talk about it? I said, the moment in an interview somebody asked me, tell me about yourself, let me tell you, the person has actually given me the chance to grab this position. Because the only person in the beautifully, wonderfully, exuberantly, awesome, fantastic, ravishingly, outstandingly can speak about me is myself. And nobody in this world can question about us because I am best. And it should not take a matter of 1 second for you to populate, thought, calculate, and tell me what difference are you going to make, because you should have been prepared for it. This is just my answer because I wanted to know how well you prepared. Coming back to answer, any organization, if they want to really survive, they need to do something what customers want. We are definitely not a seller's market, we are into buyer's market, because every day you go a car, you have hundreds of cars to look at it and then take a decision on. The only company which can actually make a difference to you is only by creating a product which you like it. Gone were the days, and especially cars are now like new wives. You love it. I'm sorry. So, we are very firm and clear that we don't want to be a number one. Our strategy is very clear, we don't want to be a number one. We just want to be the most loved brand. The moment you take back our car to your home, it just has to be another home. And we just don't want to be another home for a luxury segment, from a middle order segment, from a premium segment. No, we want to capture the entire society, socio-economic understanding. We be home for everybody. And our recent ad, did you see that, 20 years? It's about talking about emotions. We really don't mind. We don't want to be numbers and number one. We want to create a car where you say, it is my another home. It's where I also live in. We have a simple strategy that we create a product which meets your requirement, your child's requirement, your child's requirement. We are way ahead in 10 years. We are very clear. We would not negotiate ourselves when it comes to features, required safety standards, required design, which requires. We would not negotiate on the cost of price. We are very clear. I'm not here to say Maruti is good or bad, because Maruti is Maruti. I'm not here to challenge. I will only talk about my organization, and my organization creating a product, everyday difference, ensuring it has to be another home. That's a simple strategy we have in our mind. We are coming with another car which is going to be a same car which actually gave us a life back in 1998, also called a stall boy, Santro. We stopped it way back. We're going to relaunch the car. It's going to be named as Santro. I'm just revealing it to you. This is going to be a car, and I'm sure it will definitely be another home. Thank you.
My name is Anand.
Anand, yeah.
Yes. And my question is, how can a marketing manager contribute in product development in an automobile company?
Wow, what a question. How can a marketing manager
contribute in product development in an automobile company?
Exactly, fantastic question. How do I give you an example? Let me give you an example. You see cricket? Don't see. Okay, who see a cricket here? You see? Since you're standing, I'll take the leverage of taking to you. You see a cricket? Yes, sir. So, the moment, let's say, who's your favorite player? Virat Kohli. Yeah. So, Virat Kohli gets out. What is the first thing you say? I don't know, I was not expecting an answer called share. What is your analogy talks about his out? Getting out. What is the first thing you say? Dada, ज़्यादा confusing नहीं है. If he gets out, LBW, or he gets, your superficial mind will speak. क्या बंदा है यार? He would have lifted it back this way. He would have taken it turn around. Advice. Why? Why do you give advice? Why? Somebody can answer me. Why do you always generally give advice when you see a player getting out? Ma'am, you're sitting with a bag right on you. Can you please stand and say, why do you give advice? Yeah, you. Women in the white dress. Yeah. Why do you give advice? Fantastic, beautifully. Though you were shocked when I asked you, but you answered it beautifully. Thank you so much. Please be seated. When you look from this side, you're looking an angle of this. You know what's right, what's wrong. I'm not telling advices are wrong, right? Let's get into that detail later. But when you're other side of the story, you're able to look what's here. When you are a marketing guy, you actually know what will work for a customer, what will not work for a customer. How do I place my brand? How do I strategize to put across my brand? It's all you know. Now, when you get into the market research, you get into it, what segment of target of population am I targeting it to? What segment of this product is targeting it to? All that, because you use that in the form of media. Where should I put it on the radio? Where should I put it on the TV? You have strategically set your mind to know about all that, because you have looked all this from this side of your story. But when you be a product manager, you're supposed to design the product which is going to be for a future. Or you're going to design what specification has to be in the future. It's a very simple blend which you have to make in your changeover. You just have to flip your side. You just have to flip a side, because what you were doing there, you know how the market is, and now you just have to flip your side, look at the product with specification. You know, I know where to hit this specification. You know which product, which style of product, which segment of the population will actually like it. Which are the specifications should I use it, because I know will be used it or will not be used it. It's a simple blend. And let me tell you clear, brother, if you are an HR manager, you can do a fantastic job as a production. You're a production guy, you can actually do a fantastic job of quality. If you're a quality guy, you can go in a marketing and pitch it. And if you're a marketing, you can actually do in a sales. All that is required is not any special competency. You just have to flip your learning, go ahead and do it. Nothing better than if you feel you can do it, you can actually do it. Thank you. Yeah, that's nice.
It was a fantastic presentation. And
I didn't even present.
So your presenter.
Oh,
so I
fine.
want to know that how can I become a good presenter like you?
Wow. Just come here, stand, speak. Nothing else you require.
Sir, the confidence level and the gestures you were using.
What's your name?
Sir, Mohit Mathur.
Mohit, I would like to tell you a small story. A crow was actually had 3 laid eggs on the tree, on a nest.
Okay.
Suddenly he realizes there is a huge storm is going to hit. The eggs have turned into chicks. Right?
Yes, sir.
Chicks or bird?
Sir, bird.
Pay attention, guys. The 3 small birds. Let me not define who they are, what they are. The storm is going to hit. Mother decides, I need to shift it to another place to save my child. Takes the one, go to other end, drops it. Comes back. The moment it comes back, reaches, the storm has already hit. It decides, I need to go now this place. So it takes both of the child and its mouth and travels. Mid of the journey, the storm has actually hit. One child misses down, falls down, he goes in the cow dung. Mother decides, it's the time for a decision. Should I save that one child which has gone down, or should I save the 2 child? Goes back, saves the 2 child, moves away, leaves back the 1 child. The 1 child opens up his eyes. I'm worried if I go fall down on him. The 1 child opens up his eyes, finds the chicks around. Find? Chicks around.
Birds.
A hen was supposed to on the ground. So find the chicks around, playing around. Started to think that she is a mother and there's my brothers and sisters. Started to live the life the way they want. One day, what's your name?
Sir, Mohit.
Mohit crosses the way and see this. The bird is not supposed to be on the land. It's supposed to be flying. Talks to the bird and says, why are you here? You're supposed to fly. The bird says, I was born here. This is my life and I'm supposed to be grounded and this is my brothers and sisters. Mohit anguished, perplexed, but takes a step back, but his genuinity, his heart doesn't agree. Lifts the bird and says, I'm sorry, I'm going to do something for you which you will not like it, but I got to do this. Goes back to the mountain, tops the mountain and tells, I'm sorry, I've got to unleash your potential for you to realize that something which is there in you, you are thinking you do not have an ability of doing that. So throws the bird from the mountain, bird with a level is going to die, tries hard and effort for him to save the world, save its life. Finally the feather comes out, the bird starts flying. Mohit, all is right there in you. Unleash your potential. Either situation will put into, either will people put into. But don't wait such opportunities coming for you. Just come on the stage, start speaking. You will be 10 times better orator than me. Yeah, thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
My name is Sajal Kumar, and my question is that in India there is a lot of push for electric car by 2030. So, what is the strategy of Hyundai Motors regarding its launch?
I'll answer this question for you, Shaw. Answering your questions directly, yes, sir. We are in tune with the electric cars. We'll be soon launching our first luxury electric cars in 2009. We are prepared to launch ourselves. We have blend ourselves. We have recruited people. We are developing people to scope up ourselves, enhance their level of training development, because we are moving into another generation which will not have engine, which will have motors. We're going to change the world. We are ready for it. We are working for it. That's in our place. We are on set on 2030. But before I end my question, can I ask you a question?
Sir, my question is that
I've answered you. We are prepared for it. We have already launching a first car luxury in 2019. Series of launch will come forward. Soon, the moment it becomes more and commercial, the product price will start falling down, and we will slightly groove into that level. We are part of it. But are we ready with the infrastructure is the big question. Still to be answered. Government has to take an effort. We all have to take an effort. But can I ask you some question?
yes, sir.
2021, 2020 you will get placed.
Yes, sir.
That time we will only recruit somebody who is highly knowledgeable in marketing, highly knowledgeable in data analytics, highly knowledgeable in understanding interfacing at industry, highly knowledgeable in able to blend it to any situation, able to address and bring uncertainty to certainty. Are you prepared for it?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing it?
Sir, I will upgrade my skills according to the requirement of the company.
Wait. The moment you answer the question,
Yes, sir.
you answered, I will. I will upgrade. My question is very clear. What have you done till now?
Sir, I am continuously upgrading
This is what I'm
my
trying
skills.
to make you understand, my brother.
Yes.
That everyday life will change, not just the market, not just the industry. Everything has to be changed.
Yes, sir.
What we saw was a pager. What we see is a mobile today is a very quite different. Change is prevalent. It will happen in industry and happen in our life. Everything will change. If electric cars will change, the demand of professionals will change.
Yes,
Everything will change, and change has got its own cascading effect. So are we all prepared for it? Yes.
Yes.
But we have to start working for it. Yeah. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
sir.
Next.
My name is Riya Malang. Sir, I have a question. You said either you will win or you will learn. I agree to this, but sir, I fear failure because due to my failure, my parents get disappointed. I don't try and I stop. How to overcome this?
Very beautiful question. But why are you asking this to me?
So just I thought to ask you, that's why.
You think I have an answer?
Yes, sir.
How do you think that? I don't have an answer. Did you look yourself in a mirror today?
Sir, because you have faced many failures.
Did you look yourself in a mirror today?
Yes, sir.
How beautiful you were looking when you looked in a mirror.
Very much.
There's nothing to feel shy. All of the people who are laughing did the same thing. Don't worry on that. When you were so confident looking in your mirror to say that you're looking beautiful today, then why do you have the fear of a failure? What is stopping you to have the fear? What is that consciously having the fear that you can't do it? Tell me something which you cannot do it and you have a failure. Tell me something which you have actually failed it in life and you've realized it, you cannot do it. Tell me one thing. When you have a lot of potential to stand every day in the front of mirror and say you're beautiful, why do you have that persistent mind in you that you are a failure? You cannot do it. Why are you affecting your parents for that? Why? Why do you look for answers everywhere when the answer is right in you? It is as simple as that. We search God to all the temples, but we do not understand the real valuable person of God is right sitting on us inside. The answers are with you, not with me or not with anybody or not with anybody in the world. The answers is right in you. Please understand. Forget the word failure. Does not matter. What will maximally happen if you fail? What will maximum happen?
I'll get disappointed.
Why do you feel so? What do you mean by failure? Let me tell, in exams you don't score. You don't get job. So what? Your life has stopped?
No.
It has still a life, right?
Yes.
So what? Just go on. Just keep trying. If not job, if business, if not business, there is something in the world, I am aware you will create a difference, but you are never a failure. Please stop using that word. If you feel that you have lost, I and me cannot do anything. God will not do and come and many make wonders. Stop believing such wonders to happen. You have to unleash your potential. Forget the failure. As number of times you fail, it does not matter. Go and keep trying it. You will definitely make a difference in your life, and I'm dead sure about this. Yeah?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Sir, there is no gainsaying that this was a single man, one-man show tonight.
Thank you so much.
But
whom did you say this?
Yes, sir, to you.
Oh, so sweet of you.
And sir, you really...
It was a one-man show? No.
Yes, sir.
It was a patience of listening which gave me the confidence. It is the fantastic claps which gave me the confidence. The peer group sitting here making me feel that I'm comfortable. The person sitting here ensuring the amount of light and effort going into the glory of it is fantastic. The person taking a picture right in the corner, I've noticed him. The person standing with the handfold and ensuring the audience are under the discipline. Every one of us to the part of the success to make this successful. Now
yes,
come
sir,
back.
and you...
Sure.
And sir, you really made a humongous difference in us today. But we would love to listen something from the beautiful lady beside Bala sir, the HR ma'am, something, because you yourself told that...
Fantastic, yeah. So Reshma, she wants to listen to you, not me.
Sir, Sir,
where's the sir call coming from?
Sir, exactly my question is from ma'am, so
Yeah.
I want...
Okay. I don't know if I have to say a good evening or a good night now, because it's almost time for you guys to sleep. So, they're really in the verge of sleeping now. So, I'm basically here today. Okay.
They're ready to listen. Guys, are you ready to listen to her? Yeah! Oh my God, I never got that from you. Heartbreaking.
Okay. So today I'm here, like 2 years back, I was somewhere in some corner in my college attending an induction session. Somewhere in the third row, the fourth row, one day in the last row also. But today after 2 years, I'm here, wherein the company has given me an opportunity to be here. And this is the value that the company gives for a management trainee. This is the importance that the company gives for all the talents who are right here. Okay, this is where company just picks you, they groom you really well, they treat you like their own babies, put you into a honeymoon period, treat you like the prince, the princess of their company, and give you the best opportunity here. I don't know if I really deserve to be here, because the moment I got to know this, Natwar was very much interested to take me along here to represent the company, showing that the management trainees are given due respect, due importance to be represented, because they are the future leaders for tomorrow. So that's where the importance goes into it. So I just wanted to make a point, because now you are sitting here 2 years down the lane, you might be representing like me, the company, or wherever you are. And one thing, how many people are here right now? So, you, the girl with the pink dupatta, yeah. How many of you know, like how many members do you know? The numbers alone. Hardly, rough. 100 you know? You sure you know 100 people? What about the next rest 900 people?
Didn't get chance to contact with.
How long have you been here? It's been a month?
It's been 2 months.
It's been 2 months.
About 2 months.
So I think at least hardly 50% you should have known by now. I'm telling you this because this is a huge alumni network. Okay? Tomorrow, you guys will not just be job seekers, you'll be the job generators. You're going to give placements or recruitments to somebody else, your juniors or somebody. So you have to know each other by the time the entire induction gets over. Because I know it's from different institutions, right? From different institutions. There are 4 institutions and you're now a mix. Tomorrow you will be into your institution and into your class, you will know only your members and you will stick to your members alone. Now this is your only platform where you have to know everybody, network with everybody, because this chunk has to remain forever, because one or the other day you're going to help each other for your own placements, because one might end up in a very good company, one might end up in a startup, one might be still struggling, one might even be an entrepreneur. We don't know where you guys will be. So this is a big network. So I was just thinking, because I saw two people monitoring, and I don't think a discipline is required for this set of students, because they're already disciplined. They're very well groomed, ma'am. I should seriously say hats off to you, the faculty members here. They're very disciplined. I don't see the need of a monitor to stand there, making them sit, because they've been standing for a very long time. I was literally waiting for Natwar to ask them to sit, because they've been waiting, they've been looking at that side, this side. I don't know if they're really concentrated on what Natwar spoke, but they were ensuring that there's discipline being maintained. This college doesn't require a discipline, and to be surviving in a company, the right attitude and adapting to the culture is very important. If you don't adapt to the culture, and if you don't have the right attitude, you will go nowhere. So wherever you are, the right attitude speaks a lot. And adapting, like whichever location you go to, get into that culture. Because the moment you don't adapt, you will be a failure. So the person who was asking, you don't adapt, who said, I get disappointed because of failures. So you don't adapt to the failure. So you don't see what is the thing that is holding on to you, that failure. So you have to identify yourself and bring out from that particular thing. Get the point? So this network of 1,000 people, I want you guys to know each other before this entire induction process gets over. Because you are the biggest network now. You can even generate jobs, ask people to get into your company. You're the biggest network, I'm telling you very frankly. Okay, all the best, guys.
Sir, my name is Priya Jha. And I want to ask you that you have talked about Shah Majumdar. And it's not easy for a female to do such things, because it's not easy for us. And we can't, like, if we want to, then also we don't go through that level. And we can't achieve that much of success that she has achieved. So what make us motivate toward these things? Even I want your prospect as well as ma'am's prospect also.
You know who's my role model?
No, sir.
Am I audible to you all? Yes, sir! Thank you so much. You know who my role model is? Sorry? No, that's not. My role model is actually my mother. Because every time I have seen her, she gets up early in the morning. Though there are a lot of mates, but she still takes effort to do the job right from morning 5 o'clock. She gets up without urgency to ensure the families be happy, ensure that everybody goes to the office, school, so on. Go back, does the job what she wants to do, ensure the house is clean, spick, and the beautiful environment has been created. Ensure when you come back home, she has created a wonderful food for you to go back, make your hunger satisfied, make the family actually look beautiful, the house look real house. And still when you sleep, she ensures that you sleep. Everybody is in comfortable zone. Last at 11 o'clock, 11:30, she goes back to sleep. She does not get incentivized, she does not get compensated, she does not get motivated, she does not get recognized, she does not get appreciation for what she does. The real role model is back at your home. Every mother does that on a daily basis. Consistently, without failing it one day, even when she's sick, she will take that effort to do that. None of us guys will go in the office and cannot work more than 14 hours, but she will work for 18 hours back at home. If that is the reality, if that is the competency, that is the potential in every woman you have, why do you hinder with that question that you cannot make a difference? If a woman at home can make so much of difference without all that, when you're getting benefits, motivation, recognition, why can't you make that difference? Why do you feel that stereotype nation that you will not be able to achieve that level? If this is the same thing every woman would have thought who are currently in the successful ladder, they would have been right back at home doing nothing. I'm not here to say doing back at home is not the wonderful or doing at office is not the beautiful. Please understand, this decision lies with you, not with the world, not with the society. You are the woman is the most beautiful thing God has actually done to. You undergo a pain of 63 psi, which none of the men sitting here can actually take it. Men can take it only at 48 psi pain, and beyond that can die. But a woman has an ability to take a pain of 63 psi when delivering a baby. You can understand that is the competency or the potential what God has developed you with. If you can take that scenario, why can't you fight with the word and make them understand that you are a much more difference creator than any men sitting in this hall?
My question was, what make us motivated to achieve that success that Shah Majumdar has achieved?
Okay. So you want to get motivated to be in a place wherein there's a male domination. So you really need that motivation. Is that what you require?
Yeah, exactly.
I come from a manufacturing industry. So the moment I sat for placements, I was very specific. I'm telling you very frankly, there were IT companies coming in, there were other service sectors coming in, but I was very focused that I will only sit in a manufacturing company where there's a lot of male, wherein I can prove in my potential. So I was very selective when I chose the companies itself for placements. Because first, initially, there were only IT companies coming in. And people were asking, why are you not even attempting to sit for a placement? That one motivation wherein I can excel at a place where there's a little minority of women employees or something. Because Hyundai only has 70 women employees in the factory, in the corporate office. So there, my role, I have a very different role, wherein I come up on the platform, now I'm here. Out of the entire lot of 3,000 or 4,000 people, I am getting motivated by myself that I wanted to come up on stage, I wanted to prove my talents and come up here. This is why I'm here. He never selected, he never picked any other guy. He said, I can take a girl, I will take a girl and go. That's the courage he gave me, and I didn't have a confidence to even come here. I didn't know if I really deserved to be here. But he told me today afternoon, you will come, I will just pick your name, you will have to talk. That's it. No motivation, nothing. I'm just here, that's it. There's no motivation that's required for you to excel. Like, the motivation comes within yourself. Nobody has to push that motivation in you. It has to come within yourself, that's it.
Sir, I'm Souvik this side. Sir, I wanted to ask, from past 2 hours, you've been telling things. We learned a lot from you. Last question I want to ask that for both of you, what have you both together learned from our institution?
I'll frankly say it's discipline. Discipline and the clap. The uniformity in that clap, great.
And you too, you sir. You sir. I'm sorry for the bump. I'm kind of nervous.
You know what, whenever I go to colleges, whenever I interview a student, and today being with about, my voice is audible?
Yes, sir!
My 12th year, if I go back, what did I actually learn, where the source of my learning is coming from? If I go and evaluate, let me be very clear, the source of my learning is right this side, not this side. I've learned enough, enormous, and continue to learn from the student, not from the experienced professional or potentials who are with me in the organizations or a peer group. Because whenever I see a student, I see a lot of passion to do things, want to create a difference, want to make that life, they are in the beautiful stage where they want to create significant difference in their life. They want to go out and prove themselves. This is what I learned from every student, and I get so happy engaging with students because I see and I get young every day with this thought process. Then if this can do it, I get scared. Folks, these people are way ahead of me what I was. If I don't go and relearn myself, these people will take away my position and I would kill myself. My job would end. My biggest fear is you all sitting here. Our biggest fear because you all are highly potential.
Sir, I still remember you started with the word that you guys are making me nervous. You started your speech with that.
Right. So I have a lot of fear and conscience that you will take away my job because you're 10 times much more better position than what I was back at your stage. If I don't go back and learn, I can be killed by you at a straightforward down. Let me be very clear. Coming back to this institute, I'm speaking to you. You might have thought that I've spoken to you, you would have learned, but no. 1,000 people sitting here, clapping here. Nothing boosted my motivation, confidence level than ever. Fantastic, guys. I just not liked it, your coordination and clapping. But I liked your attitude in clapping. That's what drives me crazy. I would never forget that. I trust you, assure you, when I go back hotel, I'm going to try clapping you like you. So hopefully I've answered your question.
Yes, sir.
But it is not the uniformity and discipline. I just like the attitude in doing that for me. Yeah? That's all from us. Thank you so much for patience listening. No speaker in the world will be a speaker until he has somebody to listen. No one will be a leader if somebody who has to follow. These are simple principles. People who comes here are not great. People sitting there are making them great. Go with the philosophy. You are the makers. They are not the winners. Yeah. Thank you so much for beautiful listening. Thank you for professors giving us the opportunity. I don't think Shri Nair. She was the one who approached for us to. Shri Nair, who came down and requested for. I was good confident the moment I heard 1,200 sitting left, right, 180 degrees going to cross question me. I didn't care what to wear, but let me tell you the amount of learning which I got today from here is going to be marvelous. It's going to stroll along my memory lane forever. Next 10, 15 years, or rather 50 years, I will never forget this day. Thank you so much for all the time.
Good evening to all. Thank you, sir. On behalf of Sri Balaji Society, I, Tanvi Arora, express my profound gratitude to our guest, Mr. Natwar Kadel, sir, for sparing his valuable time and to guide us for a successful career. Sir, we are enlightened with your words of wisdom. The learnings we'll inculcate in our life from today onwards are that we won't be that shark, we won't be conditioned, we'll never give up. Our attitude and perception is all that matters at the end of the day, and we'll make an extra effort to make a difference. Sir, we'll surely learn from your life journey and failures. As they rightly say, failures are the stepping stones to one's success. We have gained a lot from you, sir, and we look forward to many more interactions with you on and off the campus. Thank you, sir.